Thanks for that lovely introduction, Marie, and Flynn as well. I thought I'd run through some of the thoughts that I've been having lately around what's going on with creative industries or creative economy, and perhaps put that in a bigger context for everyone this morning. So the 21st century is well upon us, and now in the second decade, we are experiencing that global movement of transformation and its many dimensions: economic, social, government, climate, and environment, resources, technology, security, and health. Our global ability to think in multidisciplinary ways across engineering, design, science, the arts, business, new media, culture, law, finance, and architecture is evidence of our innate creativity to traverse the knowledge ecosystem in search of ideas that become thoughts, that become action, that can improve the quality of life. And we are finding that the creative industries are providing a much-needed catalyst to help us reach beyond the economic and social turbulence that we are experiencing in the terrible teens of the 21st century. The creative economy is becoming an integral part of global trends. In many countries and regions, a wide range of creative-driven practices are helping us prototype new business models. Social entrepreneurs are collaborating with design-led innovation. And this pan-continental phenomena is manifesting itself in new ways, leveraging creative knowledge into economic advantage. Across the metaverse, we see these great examples in many countries. In the USA, there is Collective Invention, a dynamic powerhouse of enterprise knowledge led by Erica Gregory and design sensei Arnold Wasserman. They work with an international portfolio of clients, including government agencies on several continents. They have deep knowledge of design and design process, and they are leaders in the scenario building field. Collective Invention, like others, is motivated by the quest to empower people and organizations to realize their ideas into tangible action. Their social consciousness is enabled by creative process. We have the Hong Kong Business of Design Week, where the program includes a forum for investors and venture capitalists, highlighting the commercial gains to be made by understanding the latest trends. There is South Africa's Design Indaba and their annual conference, where they have developed a deep cultural approach to creativity and design that resonates with a very diverse range of demographics. Clearly, they have been working hard to consolidate the interests of emerging and new generations into an economic force. In Denmark, there is Index, designed to improve life. Funded by the Danish government, Index is run by a small group with a very dynamic CEO, Kige Vil, enabled by a global tribe of diverse volunteers from the public, private, and government sectors. Index strives to acknowledge the most creative and innovative thinkers, from tangible objects to entire processes, and then assists them in becoming reality. They know how to encourage and facilitate a knowledge-driven creative economy. Barely 10 years old, the organization continues to push forward and is now channeling all of its creative knowledge into Index, education designed to improve life. This is an inspiring example of what happens when ideas become thoughts that become actions. With Index, a dedicated focus on collaboration to encourage the best thinking has enabled them to channel creativity that indeed does improve the quality of life. Their biannual exhibition tours the world, and Index partner cities can be found in Norway, Finland, and Singapore. Singapore has Design Singapore, a highly agile and coordinated agency, a key partner in the government's highly integrated innovation platform across several sectors, all of them now contributing to creative economy, which they can measure in terms of productivity and services. The thing about creativity is that it requires us to have a view, to have an opinion, an idea that we want to express. The ability to then transform our ideas into action and strategy is a key characteristic of the knowledge and creative economy. In Australia, creativity and the creative industries are beginning to gain significant attention for the economic leverage they provide the nation within the 21st century global economy. The Australian federal government is funding the Creative Industries Innovation Centre, part of the Enterprise Connect program, from the Department of Innovation, Industry, Science, Research, and Tertiary Education. We like to just call them Innovation. The CIIC's main node is at the University of Technology here in Sydney, providing an urban setting for direct engagement with the creative industries. The CIIC understands the value of creative industries in Australia. There are over 150,000 registered creative businesses in this country, and they were contributing to the global GDP of 31.9 billion AUD from the sector in 2009. The CIIC is the key advisor on the business of doing business, assisting creative enterprises to capitalize on their high potential for growth. To date, the CIIC has worked with over 400 creative businesses. They provide a range of services, from business reviews to monthly bistro creative business clinics for a range of creative enterprises. Those clinics are held in most of the capital cities. The one in Sydney tends to get booked many months in advance, so if you're interested, you can get more details at creativeinnovation.net.au. The CIIC is currently running a series of integration pilots now, including designed manufacturing and the ISIS program, Interactive Skills Integration Scheme, where gamification is being adapted to other sectors from resources to government services. The CIIC, indeed, is all about the business of creativity. So what is the CIIC learning about the value of the creative industries through their dynamic programs and team of agile business advisors? Well, they're learning that creative industries, or perhaps the creative industry, have tremendous potential for growth because most creative entrepreneurs are committed to making their ideas into reality in an era where technology is becoming ubiquitous. We should keep in mind that we have gone from analog to digital to cloud in less than 20 years, and that the creative industries have been a major platform for much of that critical development. The CIIC has also had significant influence on UTS itself, which is currently undergoing a major physical transformation as part of a 1 billion AUD campus redevelopment plan. Here we have the model for the new UTS Business School, designed by renowned architect Frank Gehry. That building, along with several others, is a great prototype, where architecture is influencing the way that students, faculty, and staff are thinking about the future of education itself. It is a great example of creative innovation influencing the future of business education, which in turn will provide better context for creative industry. The next wave of design-led, doesn't like that slide, did it? Right. The next wave of design-led innovation is already taking place amongst the students and the faculty at UTS. We call the new creative entrepreneurs shapeshifters, a term used frequently to describe people who have the ability to learn in transdisciplinary environments. Some of these creative innovators at UTS are combining their interests from engineering, design, architecture, and business leadership into an innovation lab called ULab. They are indeed the new creatives. Last year, ULab ran an urban project called Bike Tank, where students and the general public gathered weekly to solve problems in an open environment and to network. I don't know if any of you went to Bike Tank or know about Bike Tank, but it was a great project. And so here, at the micro level of the creative economy, we see a high degree of collaboration amongst creative entrepreneurs who see the importance of collaborating and working between multiple disciplines, which at times is a big challenge for people who want to invest in these projects because they're still anchored in 20th century thinking where many of the silos evolved. It doesn't mean, however, that we should not include them. It means we just have to work that much harder to help them understand what's happening. ULab have been taking things a step further this year and are developing a range of projects, including the Coopolis project with students from the Dalian University of Technology, Launchpad, and Groundbreaker. Here we have an image from their recently completed week here of doing this co-development project with the students from China. And this is at our new lab that we have on the back side of UTS, which is called the Ultimo Pedestrian Network. So it's right at the end of the Devonshire Tunnel. So, we are now looking at the deeper aspects of innovation in our hyper-connected and often hyper-accelerated world. There is a global movement resounding to the call of innovation. Yet, how might we consider significant creative, cultural, and social development as part of this? Education, social, and creative entrepreneurs and investors are collaborating as they have in regions and cities worldwide, as highlighted by the Intelligent Community Forum. Sydney will inevitably create its own matrix and ecosystem that reflects this critical mass of activity. However, this is a phenomena that is springing up worldwide in the wake of the global financial crisis. For a country, region, or city to really succeed, big business must learn from the newer business models that the entrepreneurs are creating. And the entrepreneurs can learn a great deal from big business. Trans-generational mentoring, infused with a shared sense of social and global responsibility, could certainly flourish in Sydney's ecosystem. One of the Sydney startup groups that many of you may know about, and that reflects the best of what is emerging in Greater Sydney, is a fantastic incubator and accelerator of talented, creative, technical, and social entrepreneurs who have self-selected and come together as a community where knowledge and skills are exchanged with support and guidance from those who have already succeeded. Fishburners takes their name from the Fishburn, a ship in Australia's first fleet that was equipped with everything needed for the new world, an apt description for a group who is helping shape the future here in Sydney and Australia. So, the future. Futurists are fond of telling us that we cannot predict the future because we have not yet happened to it. It's an interesting conundrum. In Sydney, there is a movement generating ideas and prototyping an ecosystem where digital and big data are enabling a new wave of intelligence, a fusion of digital media, science and technology, and the arts, where the emerging profile is one of human-centered creative innovation. It does take a global community of collaborators and entrepreneurs, investors and educators, creatives and technologists to channel the very best of human-centered innovation in our global creative economy. And I think we're all up for the challenge. Thank you.